Tremendous fight put up by Somerset this morning, but in the final analysis just falling short.
Yeah, it's been an epic morning. Just struggling to, I guess, catch my breath. I think both innings with the ball we've been phenomenal. As we have been for a number of years now. I think Craig obviously led the attack brilliantly. I think Peter Siddle demonstrated what a quality performer he is. Was incredibly unlucky, but it wasn't quite to be.
Tribute to Craig Overton. Career best figures, 13 for 87. What a performance!
Yeah, outstanding. I think we know what performer he is. We'd love to see him demonstrate that on the international stage. He's done that week in, week out for us. He's a ridiculous performer and showed his quality.
Bottom line is, you're not going to win many cricket matches if you only score 109 runs in the first innings. The batting is the problem. What are you going to do about it?
I think, look, we have to. If you look at this game in isolation, the highest score is 50. One of the best players that's ever played the game scored 50, and Steve Davis. So, I think it's important to recognise the context of this game. Essex have struggled to get 85 runs there. So, the surface certainly wasn't what we expected. We were expecting a truer surface, and for whatever reasons, it certainly did more than we anticipated. So that makes batting a challenge. There's no doubt. That doesn't take away from we're underperforming with the bat. So there's definitely some work to be done.
You stayed pretty loyal to the current batting lineup. Is that going to continue to be the case, or is there an argument for bringing in some of the younger players to give them a go?
Well, I think if you look, I think the reality of our situation is we've got some young players there already. So either young in age or young in experience, and I guess that's where they're being exposed right now. So they're trying to learn on the job. Lewis Goldswood demonstrated last year, came into the side, played really well, and he's had a bit of a tough ride. So it doesn't take away from the amount of ability that he's got, but he's trying to learn in what's arguably one of the cruelest environments in first-class cricket. So we need to be aware of that to make sure we don't do any long-term damage. So Abe's and I will certainly sit down and reflect, and if we need to make changes, we will.
It's the 6th defeat in a row in county championship cricket for Somerset, the worst run since 1960. What are you going to do to turn it around?
Look, we'll do whatever we can to turn it around. Our work ethic's phenomenal, so we need to go away and continue to do that. The guys, it takes a lot of character. You can see, if we'd have got the right result today, that'd have been huge. It'd give everyone a lift around the club. But those internal battles that players are having, so we need to sit down and have some strong conversations, and they need to take responsibility. I mean, that is the challenge, is that we can't go out there and do it for them, they need to do it, but we need to give them the best opportunity to do that, make sure they're in a really good headspace, and between now and when we go to the Oval next week, we'll be trying to address that.
Talking of responsibility, you're the head coach. How much responsibility do you take for what's happened at the end of last season and the beginning of this one?
Well, the accountability inevitably lies with myself, of course it does, but so if you want to look at it like that, it's my responsibility, but I will, with the remainder of the staff, will endeavour to, as I say, they don't become bad players overnight. So it wasn't that long ago that we were lauding these players and saying how good a players they are. So I think it's important to make sure we don't panic, and for the players particularly not to panic. Is that they've got to trust what they've been doing. Inevitably, you look back to pre-season, everyone's performing really well, and then you come into the competitive phase and actually it doesn't go well, then emotions become challenged. So we need to get them back on an even keel and give them a chance to perform.
Well, the big games just keep on coming. You're up to the Oval on Thursday against a very strong Surrey side who look to be in good form. Thoughts about that?
Yeah, look, Division 1's competitive, every team, so we'll have this conversation week in, week out. They're all strong sides, so people would have said that certainly against ourselves looking back. So we need to get back to playing the brand of cricket that we have done, so that people are fearful of playing Somerset. We don't fear anyone, we respect people, but we need to concentrate on what we can do when we go to the Oval.